Are we finally seeing the first signs of cracks in the single market for Pokemon? Yes and no. Is the pump and dump season finally over? I think widely at the moment, yes, but I do think as far as that is concerned, I think we're just getting started. Welcome back to TCG Madness, and today we are going to be taking a look at more singles from Pokemon TCG. This is another episode of Buy, Sell, or Hold. If you're new here, welcome. If you can just do me the really big favor, please do me the favor, hit the like button if for nothing else. If you are new to this channel, again, welcome. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button if you want to know what this channel is all about. It's a channel dedicated to all things TCG related. That's who I am. I'm TCG Madness, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Pokemon single market. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, do I think the pump and dump season is finally over? Are we starting to see this first signs of cracks in the market? Again, it's a little bit of yes and no. I'm going to leaning towards more of the yes. I'm going to show you some examples. I'm also going to show you some cards that I do think are a good opportunity to buy right now before something crazy again kind of just pops off, because that's kind of what we're seeing right now, right? Cards that are sitting at that $4, $5, $6 if they're special illustrations, those secret trainer gallery rare stuff like that. They kind of hover around that $6, $7 mark, or even $4. They get close to that $10 range, and then if they crack that $10, they kind of just go off from there. So I'm going to show you some examples of those. I do again think that the market is widely starting to correct itself just a little bit, but we're still seeing some cards that are pretty much at, all-time highs. I think the pump and dump is over, right? That Drowsy, that soared up, it's over, almost $100, and now slowly is back all the way back down to like $40. I think for that kind of stuff, it's finally over, but I do think we are just getting started with that. I think we're going to see more of that with some of these more recent sets, like the new Team Rocket set and Prismatic Evolution. If you want to comment on any of that I just said down below, go for it and let me know what some of your guys' thoughts are on the state of Pokemon singles. All right, so kicking us off, these are cards that are trending up. Again, if you guys are new, we're going to show you guys some cards that are trending up, and then on the second half of this video, I'm going to go show you guys some cards that are trending downward. And we use a 3-month marker to kind of engage what we're looking at. So kicking us off, we have Pinsir from Twilight Masquerade. 3 months ago, this card was $6.24. It soared up to $15.07, and it is back down to $12.90. It is still a 106% increase. If you look at most recent market trends, you will see in 1 month, it is down to only 9%. So you see 3 months ago it's at $6 and now at the $12 range. So pretty much it's still double in price. So 106% increase is, nothing to laugh at. If this card does dip below $10, it might be a good sign to pick this card up if you need it in your binder or just want it. Next up, we have Kirlia from Scarlet and Violet base set. 3 months ago, this was a $20 card, and now most recent selling, $33.28. That's a 62% increase, so pretty good there. Groudon from Paradox Rift. Paradox Rift, by the way, a great set to look at right now. If you want some stuff to rip open, ETBs and booster box are still priced somewhat accordingly. I think booster boxes are anywhere between $170 to $185. ETBs I still think are about $60, $70. So maybe a set if you want to just cure an itch and just rip something and just have some fun, I would give Paradox Rift a shout out. Groudon from Paradox Rift. 3 months ago, $65 card, and now most recently, $104.37, 59% increase. You see it peaked over there, but it's slowly kind of going up and down a little bit. This card really has a wild trend. If you look at the 1 month trend, it is like all over the place. So up here, way down here, and then right back up again. So very unusual. Now here is a card that I would highly take a look at. This is a card that, from a very old set, Gyarados XY Breakpoint. 3 months ago, this was a $51 card. Most recently sold $101.84, 99% increase. And if you look right here, $86.95. So this card is down just a little bit. I would highly recommend looking at some of these older cards and from older sets. Once these cards get bought up, especially if they are in mint condition, that's going to be it for them. We're never going to see this again. So there's not a whole lot of listings going on. I think there's 2 pages worth. Yeah, there's 2 pages worth. But again, who knows how long that's going to last for. So maybe give this card a look, especially while it's up right now. Next up, Tyranitar V from Battle Styles. This was pretty much the big chase card from this set. 3 months ago, this was a $141 card, and now most recently $213. That's a 50% increase. Mewtwo in the little pod right here, Mewtwo GX, the secret signing from Shining Legends. 3 months ago, this was $187, and now most recently selling at $362. That is a 92% increase. Now, these next, I think like 6 cards that I'm about to show you, these are cards that I do think that are good purchases. And the first one we have on this list, we have Braxton from Silver Tempest Trainer Gallery. I think all these Trainer Gallery cards are, they're all seeing record highs. I would pick up as many of these as you can. This card, surprisingly, is still pretty cheap. So 3 months ago, this card was $1.17, and most recently selling at $3.17. It's 170% increase. Now, who knows how long this will last? For whatever reason, we can wake up tomorrow and this card can be $9 and then $15. So pick these cards up while you can. Anything below $5 on this market right now is a pretty good buy. Another card that I think is a good buy is Swablu from Paradox Rift. I think the set in general is a pretty good set to look at. 3 months ago, this was a $6.23 card. You can see it peaked at $21.16 and now has come back down a little bit down to earth at $17.14. 175% increase still. If you look at 1 month, it's down 9%. So again, a card that 3 months ago was under $10 by $6 and now somewhere around 17. If you can go on eBay and snag this thing up for like $13, $14, $15, I think it's a pretty good buy, even in this market. Another card that I don't think is getting enough love, in my opinion, is the Jesse and James full art from Hidden Fates. With the new Team Rocket set coming out soon, this card I think is going to skyrocket past $100, and that's just my opinion. 3 months ago, this card was selling at $20.59. It's peaked at $72.23, and then it has slowly come back down to $48.27. It's still 134% up if you look at over the course of 1 month. It is down by 15%. I do think once this new Team Rocket set comes out, this card will probably soar past that $70 range right here, because the highest it sold out was $72.23. I do expect it to crack that easily. Next up is Koraidon EX from Scarlet and Violet base set. This was the original chase from this set. Scarlet and Violet base set, one of the worst sets, honestly, but you can pretty much still get some good cards. This is a special illustration. 3 months ago, this card was $11.95, and now most recently sold $18.78. 57% increase. I would try to go on eBay and snipe this thing up. It's a pretty good card. Another good card to buy is Lickitung from Temporal Forces. 3 months ago, this card was a $7.34. It peaked at $21.91 and now is all the way back down to $12.98. It's still up by 76%, but if you really just look at the 3 months, $7 to where we are now at like the $13 range, I mean, it's only really up a couple dollars. I would still pick this card up because it's actually a really nice looking card. Next up, we have Paldean Taurus from Paldea Evolved. 3 months ago, it was $9.27. It peaked at right around right here at $15.20 and now has come back down a little bit to $13.60. I still think this card is a very good buy, and the artwork on this card is fantastic. And last but not least, we have Great Tusk from Scarlet and Violet base set. 3 months ago, this was $6.16, and now most recently sold $11.77. 91% increase, but still kind of hovering around that $10 range. And I still think for that price, this is still a very good card to buy. Artwork is also fantastic on this one as well. So that is it for the cards that are trending upwards. Let's go ahead and flip that page and go ahead and show you guys some cards that are trending down. Okay, now these are the cards that are trending down, and for this method, we're going to show you guys cards that are just in the one, like we're just going to give you a 1 month sample size. So 1 month ago, and then now where we are today. And the reason why we're doing that 1 month sample is because I told you at the beginning of this video, we're seeing some sort of correction in the market. So it's going to take some time as we gather more data to hit that 3 month mark to see where we really are. That's why I said, this is the beginning of the small cracks in the Pokemon singles market, as well as the whole pump and dump season. So again, is it finally over? Probably not. I think we're just getting started, because as Pokemon releases more sets, I think Pokemon's just going to become more and more collectible. That's just where we're at. The genie is out of the bottle. We cannot put that thing back in. So that's just my opinion. Comment down below if you agree or disagree. So kicking us off, we have Charmander from Scarlet and Violet 151. 1 month ago, you guys can see right here, it peaked at $74.93 right there. And now, most recently, $46.73, 18% decrease. Charmeleon, same thing, 151 a month ago, $47.44, and now $36.04, 24% decrease. And then why not kick it off with the entire set right there, right? Charizard, the entire evolution. Charizard EX Scarlet and Violet 151 a month ago. This was a $274 card, and now it's selling around 247. It's a 9% decrease. Here's a card that was pumped and dumped for sure. Cleffa, a month ago, $28.80, and now it is selling at $18.45, 35% decrease. Next up, we have Ninetales. A month ago, this card was selling at $29.70, and now most recently selling at $22.06, 25% decrease. Metagross, another card that was absolutely pumped and dumped, right? This card was bought up ridiculously high and then just dumped into the market. So a month ago, this card was selling at $37.74, and now it's selling at $23.43, 37% decrease. Next up, we have Frigibax from Paldea Evolved, another card that was pump and dumped. A month ago, this card was selling at $25.78, and now it is selling at $13.58, 47% decrease. And pretty much the card, in my opinion, that kicked all of this off was this card right here, Drowsy from Scarlet and Violet 151, a card that nobody liked. And I still hate this card. This card is ugly as sin. But it was because of this certain artist, apparently, that people were just buying it up, and then all of a sudden, all the cards with this guy, with this artist on it, was pretty much selling at ridiculously new highs. So a month ago, this card was selling at $63.62, and now is selling at $40.49, 36% decrease. And you can see directly from TCG, $35.99. So this card is definitely going to come back down to earth, which is a good sign. Houndour from Obsidian Flames. A month ago, this card was $27.20, and now most recently sold at $8.48. That is a 68% decrease. By the way, pick this card up while you can. The Houndour from Obsidian Flames. Great artwork. Really, really nice right here. It's a beautiful illustration rare. It's below $10. Pick it up while you can. Next up, Lacey from Stellar Crown. 6 months ago, this card was a $40.35, and now most recently selling at $29.92, 25% decrease. And the last card on the list is from an old set, Double Turbo Energy Secret Astral Radiance. 3 months ago, this card was selling at $18.36, and now is selling at right around $10.05, 45% decrease directly from TCG, under $10. So this card will be selling under $10. That is it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Again, comment down below. Do you guys agree or disagree that we are finally seeing a correction in the Pokemon market? And do you think this is going to last long? Or do you think once the new Team Rocket sets, we're going to get all this, pump and dump, the new Skyrockets, all of that? Or you think we're going to see a repeat of what we just witnessed just a couple of months ago? Comment down below what you guys think. If you guys like this video, please just give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.